Hey, what's up guys? This is Phil Varela with SunCoast Remodeling, and today we're on site and I just wanted to walk you through one of our current projects. Let's take a look. So this is like a foyer of the house. Right now I just walked through what would have been a wall. So there used to be a wall about this high, continuing to this wall over here. You kind of felt blocked in. To get over to the kitchen area, you had to walk around. So now we completely open that up. Now you're free to walk through. You can see how thick the wall used to be by looking at the floor. So now that the wall's done, all pretty, textured, makes it look like it was never there, all we have left to do is patch the tile. So we ended up having to add a junction box to each side of the wall and run the wire, the Romex, all the way through this overhead ceiling. Tons of drywall patching, tons of cutting this into this wall, making it look like Swiss cheese. But if you do a really good job of texture matching, when you're all done, it'll make it look like the patching was never done. So the next thing I wanted to show you guys in this room was this back wall here. A lot of the homes built in the 90s had this recessed section built in one of the walls, and people like to hang art up there, do some recessed lighting. Nowadays, a lot of the people just want to fill it in. So in order to fill that back section in, we will frame it up with 2x4s and then hang new sheets of drywall. After all that, we'll mud, tape, and texture match. And same thing with everything else. As long as you texture match really nice, it'll make it look like that was never there. So behind me, you'll see 2 sets of windows, 4 total. We removed these farmhouse shutters, and now we're gonna do a pretty little accent trimming around it, a case material. And then we're gonna do some electric remote controlled blinds that will work for those, instead of those old school shutters. Up above, you will see that there used to be a chandelier here, so we'll be replacing that chandelier, nothing big there. But we'll also be retrofitting all of those canned lights to new LED canless lights. So these 4 windows you see behind me used to have plantain shutters over them, which were very expensive, very popular in the 90s, early 2000s. Nowadays I see what a lot more people are doing, remote controlled electric blinds. They are a lot less money than shutters. I would imagine for these 4 windows be somewhere around $1,500. It really adds a luxurious feel to your home just to be able to hit a button and your shades come down. All right, so that's this area. Let's go take a look at the kitchen. So here you can see our kitchen remodel. The old kitchen used to be very dark. The cabinets were a dark brown and they had old hardware. The kitchen island was much smaller. They had a lot less cooking area space, I guess food prep space, like a lot less than you see now. So how we solved that was we shifted the sink over, made a new island, and now they have this new cooking prep space that they didn't have before. The island itself was much smaller. It was shrunken this way as well as this way. So this new island gives them a lot more space for bar stool seating, prepping area, what have you. So another key feature of my personal remodels is I personally know how it is to be without a sink during your remodel. So I make it a point to temporarily mock up their faucet, sink, and garbage disposal, as well as the dishwasher. And that just enables them to use their kitchen sink during the duration of the remodel. I've heard a lot of horror stories and have had the experience of being without a kitchen sink for the full duration of the remodel, and it's way too much fast food. It's way too much of discomfort to not be able to cook your own food. The homeowners are very appreciative of it. The kids are pissed. So the next thing we'll talk about is your countertop material. You have 4 options basically: granite, marble, quartzite, and quartz. In this in particular project, we're going to be using quartzite. Quartzite is as pretty as marble, but it is as durable as granite. So there's 2 different ways you can do your slab material on a big island like this. It's going to take 2 slabs. So you're going to use 1 slab on top and put your seams down the middle, and the design on the edge isn't going to line up perfectly. Or you can do a butterfly effect. You can put a seam down the middle, split the slabs open so that it looks like a butterfly, and the side edge, veins and everything is going to line up perfectly. If you have a material like quartzite, the veins and all the detail work, you might want to have those veins line up exactly. If you have a material like quartz, which is a man-made material, there's not much going on, there's not much veins. You can get away with doing 1 slab on top, no seam, and 2 different slabs on the sides, and it'll still look amazing. My personal preference is quartzite material. I like your island to be very busy, a focal point of the kitchen, so I want a lot of veins, a lot of characteristic in the slab. With that being said, you'll want to see that waterfall effect. You want to see that design carry down to the waterfall. If you have something like quartz, like I said, you don't need that. A quartzite material, you'll need to do a seam down the middle with the butterfly effect, and one side of the island will be the opposite of the other side, and it looks beautiful, I think. So of the 2 methods of installing your slabs or arranging your slabs, it's strictly cosmetic, and ultimately it's up to the homeowner. So this is the kitchen island area. Next thing I'm going to show you guys is this window area of the kitchen. You can see it has 2 existing functioning windows, but what we're going to do is completely open up this area to the space of 1 window, and it's going to be a bypass window. So you'll be able to completely open up the window, and we're going to do the same countertop material as the island and countertops on the other side of this window. So you're going to be able to walk up to this area, feed your guests, have communication from the inside of the kitchen to the outside, and then we're going to have bar stool seating there too. So what used to be here was just a wall. There used to be a dining room table here, which was much bigger than the area now, because what we did was we increased the size of the island. We added bar stool seating, and then we're gonna have the bar stool seating on the other side of this window. So we basically eliminated the need for a dining room table here. So that does it for this kitchen section of the home. Right next door is the living room. The main remodeling focus feature of this room is the La Cantina door. So right now you can see that there's a door and 1, 2, 3 functioning windows. This is actually going to be a La Cantina door that folds up like an accordion, and it'll actually connect the inside of the house with the outside of the house. What I like to do when we're getting ready to order our windows or custom La Cantina doors, I'll come in maybe months in advance, because these things take so long to order, is we will come in and we'll demo this full interior side of the wall, the drywall. We'll get the drywall insulation off, exposing all of the existing framing. So once we can see the existing framing, we can know what we're going to be able to adjust and how big we're going to be able to get that door. So doing this type of remodel with a La Cantina door isn't your everyday remodel. This is actually a premium to do and tailored to these homeowners' needs of wanting to bring in that awesome view to the inside feel of their house. So this is a premium product in a home remodel, and you could spend anywhere in the realm of $25,000 all the way up to $50,000. That might sound like a high ticket to pay for something as simple as a door, but with the feel and the property value that it adds, it's definitely something I feel would be worth the expense. So this pretty much wraps it up for what we're doing inside the house. Let me take you outside. All right, you guys, we've already looked at the inside of the house, and now I'm gonna take you guys outside of the house. This is a California room. We're gonna try to open it up as much as possible because their new La Cantina door is gonna be here. The excellent view is behind you, so we're gonna try and expand on that view. So over here was an existing old school fireplace. We're gonna actually make the opening linear and do a really cool modern looking gas fireplace. Up here in the ceiling, we're gonna do 2 electric 240 watt electric heaters. So over here they had these big pillars that were wrapped in stucco. They kind of took up a lot of your view area. So these are going to be removed. We're gonna put a larger beam up above to these posts down the side to eliminate the obstructions of this view. Out here we had interlocking pavers that stopped about right here to that side of the yard. We're gonna continue them all the way to the other side of the yard. There's gonna be a fire pit right here. There's gonna be 2 benches, one on either side of the fire pit. We're gonna build a custom L-shaped barbecue area. The homeowner here likes to grill, he likes to smoke. So he's gonna be able to do that, looking outside, entertaining, having this beautiful view. Over here, we're gonna have a open window now. Right now that you have the 2 existing, so we're gonna have that big bypass window. We're gonna have that same countertop material that you saw inside the kitchen. It's gonna be right here, and then we're gonna have bar stool seating right here. Ugly things like this of the AC, we're gonna reroute inside the wall. You're not gonna see that. It's gonna be all pretty out here. The new interlocking pavers that we're gonna do are gonna actually extend all the way out to this wall over here. So So the whole backyard area is going to be completely transformed from sectioned off kind of primitive backyard to now this really cool entertaining spot with a really cool view. So you can see over here that we are removing the existing stack stone. So what we had to do was take back the existing stand, get down past this felt, because this crushed gravel base is going to be a minimum of 6 to 8 inches. So we're going to need to continue that to this side of the backyard. The demo portion of this job is probably only a 2-day process. The installation of the patio itself will probably be another 3 days. So this isn't actually going to take much, the interlocking pavers. What's going to take the most is getting the barbecue, the seating, the gas lines ran, and all that kind of finish work. In this in particular remodel, they actually brought on a designer. So the homeowner sat down with the designer, they hammered out the overall look of this backyard. Once they got that overall look, they bring those designs to me, and then I will bring those designs into reality. I personally always recommend that a homeowner gets a designer because they will use the space to its maximum potential. So over here we have this existing stuccoed retaining wall, and we're going to dress it up by doing a stack stone veneer paver on the front of it, and we're going to do that from that side all the way to that side, and it's really going to dress up an existing feature and make it look more up to date. So over here we have this open area with all this seating, so now we're going to build a pergola to shade them from the sun while they're out here hanging out. Thank you guys for coming along in this job site walkthrough. Please stay tuned for future videos. I'll definitely be showing you guys the end result.